Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about something in a world overflowing with distractions. It's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Notifications ping, opinions flood in, and countless demands pull us in every direction. But let me ask you this. If everything else was stripped away, what would truly remain? What is it that gives your life purpose, joy, and fulfillment? We spend so much of our time chasing things that seem urgent but aren't important. The approval of others, material possessions, or fleeting pleasures might momentarily satisfy us, but they rarely leave us feeling whole. Today, I challenge you to focus. Focus not on the noise, but on the signal. Not on the temporary, but on the timeless. Ask yourself, what are the things in your life that hold true meaning? What relationships, dreams, and values light a fire in your heart? These are the elements that should guide your every decision. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking everything is important, but when you step back and reflect, you'll realize that not all tasks, obligations, or even relationships deserve equal weight. Imagine a jar filled with big rocks, pebbles, and sand. If you start with the sand and pebbles, there's no room for the rocks. But if you place the big rocks first, the things that truly matter, you'll find there's still space for the smaller things. Those big rocks represent your core priorities, your family, your dreams, your health, and your personal growth. They're the things that define you and bring fulfillment. However, prioritizing isn't just about identifying what matters most. It's about being courageous enough to act on it. It means saying no to the things that don't align with your purpose, even when they're tempting or seem urgent. It means dedicating time to what aligns with your values, not what impresses others or checks off a societal box. Every day you are faced with choices. Will you spend an extra hour at work chasing a deadline? Or will you use that time to connect with loved ones? Will you scroll through social media? Or will you take a step toward the goal you've been putting off? These decisions define your life, and the clearer your priorities, the easier they become. When you clarify what truly matters, you gain a sense of direction and inner peace. You're no longer pulled in a million directions because your path becomes clear. It's not about perfection or having it all figured out. It's about being intentional with where you direct your energy. Let your priorities guide you, and you'll find that life becomes less overwhelming and more meaningful. Life often feels complicated because we allow too many things to take up space both physically and mentally. But what if it didn't have to be that way? Simplifying your life starts with letting go of what doesn't serve you. It's about stripping away the unnecessary to make room for what truly matters. Think about the clutter in your life, not just the physical clutter in your home, but also the mental and emotional clutter. It's the overthinking, the endless to-do lists, the obligations you feel forced to keep. All of these weigh you down and prevent you from focusing on what's really important. Simplifying doesn't mean doing less, it means doing what's meaningful. Start by assessing your commitments. How many of the things you say yes to actually align with your priorities? Saying no can feel uncomfortable, but it's one of the most powerful tools for creating space in your life. Every no to something that doesn't matter is a yes to something that does. Consider your possessions as well. We often hold on to things out of guilt or the fear that we might need them someday. But how much of what you own truly adds value to your life? By letting go of the excess, you free up not only physical space, but also mental clarity. You don't need to live with less to the point of deprivation. But living with purpose means surrounding yourself only with what supports your goals and happiness. It's also about simplifying the way you think. Many of us get caught up in overanalyzing situations, worrying about what others think, or trying to plan every detail of the future. But clarity comes from simplifying your thoughts. Focus on the present moment and what you can control right now. Let go of the endless what-ifs and trust that you'll handle challenges as they come. When you simplify your life, you create more room for what you love. You have the time and energy to nurture your relationships, pursue your passions, and simply breathe. Life becomes less about checking boxes and more about savoring the moments that make it all worthwhile. Taking consistent action is where true transformation happens. It's not enough to simply know what matters or to dream about the life you want. You have to do the work day in and day out. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It doesn't require perfection, only persistence. Often we get caught up in the idea that progress has to be big, dramatic, or immediate to be meaningful, but the truth is it's small, steady steps that lead to lasting change. Imagine planting a seed. You don't see results overnight, but with consistent care watering it, ensuring it gets sunlight, and nurturing it daily, it eventually grows into something beautiful and strong. Your goals and dreams are no different. Consistency is what builds momentum. Each action you take, no matter how small, adds up over time. It might feel insignificant in the moment, writing a single page, making one healthier choice, spending 10 minutes practicing a skill, but these small efforts compound. They become habits, and habits shape your life. There will be days when motivation wanes or obstacles arise, and that's where discipline comes in. It's easy to act when you're feeling inspired, but it's your commitment that during the hard days that truly sets you apart. When you push through discomfort, when you take one more step, even when you feel like stopping, that's where growth happens. You don't need to have it all figured out to begin. Start with what you know and take the first step. Then take the next one. Clarity often comes through action. The path might not always be clear at the outset, but as you move forward, it becomes more defined. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Acknowledge the effort you're putting in and let that fuel you to keep going. Remember, the goal isn't to be perfect, it's to be consistent. Over time, those daily actions transform into extraordinary results. By taking consistent action, you're not just working toward your goals, you're becoming the kind of person who makes things happen. You're building resilience, focus, and confidence. And most importantly, you're proving to yourself that you have the power to create the life you envision. Keep moving forward one step at a time and trust that your efforts are paving the way to something remarkable. Embracing the present is one of the most transformative choices you can make in your life. We often spend so much of our time either replaying the past or worrying about the future that we forget the only moment we truly have is right now. The present is where life happens. Yet it's easy to overlook its significance as we get caught up in regrets or anxieties. But when you learn to fully experience and appreciate the now, everything changes. Too often we live in the grip of the past. Maybe it's a mistake we made, an opportunity we missed, or pain from something we wish we could have done differently. The past can teach us lessons, but it should not define or control us. Dwelling on it keeps us stuck, preventing us from growing and moving forward. The same is true for the future. While planning and preparing are essential, worrying about what might happen robs us of the energy and focus needed to create a better tomorrow. Anxiety about the unknown can paralyze us, leaving us unable to enjoy the beauty of today. When you embrace the present, you free yourself from those chains. You begin to see life not as a series of days waiting to be lived, but as a collection of moments to be experienced. Every breath, every smile, every interaction becomes an opportunity to connect with the here and now. Instead of rushing through tasks to get to the next thing, you find meaning in the process itself. One of the most powerful ways to stay grounded in the present is through mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the moment without judgment. It's about observing your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings with curiosity rather than criticism. When you're mindful, you notice things you might otherwise overlook: the sound of leaves rustling in the wind, the warmth of the sun on your skin, or the joy in a loved one's laughter. These small moments, often dismissed as insignificant, are the very fabric of a fulfilling life. Another aspect of embracing the present is learning to let go of distractions. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to become overwhelmed by constant notifications, endless to-do lists, and the pressure to always be on. But when you step back and simplify, you create space to truly be present. Instead of multitasking, try focusing on one thing at a time. Whether it's a conversation with a friend, a walk in nature, or even a work task, give it your full attention. You'll find that not only does this improve the quality of what you're doing, but it also deepens your sense of satisfaction. Gratitude is another key to embracing the present. When you take time to appreciate what you have right now, you shift your perspective. Instead of focusing on what's missing, you see the abundance in your life. Gratitude helps you recognize the value of the present moment, even if it's imperfect. It reminds you that there's beauty in the ordinary and that every day holds something worth cherishing. Of course, being present doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. Life will always have its difficulties, and some moments will be painful or uncomfortable. But even in those times, staying present allows you to face challenges with clarity and strength. It helps you respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively, and it gives you the resilience to navigate tough situations without becoming consumed by them. Embracing the present is a practice. It's not something you master overnight, but something you cultivate over time. There will be days when it feels easier and others when it's a struggle, but the effort is always worth it. Each time you bring yourself back to the now, you reclaim a piece of your life. Ultimately, the present is a gift, one that's fleeting and irreplaceable. By choosing to embrace it, you honor the preciousness of time and the richness of life. You open yourself to joy, connection, and growth. So take a deep breath, let go of the past, and set aside worries about the future. Be here now fully and completely, and watch as life becomes more vibrant, meaningful, and full of possibility. Inspiring others is one of the most powerful ways to create a positive ripple effect in the world. Every action you take, every word you speak, and every choice you make has the potential to impact someone else's life, often in ways you may never fully realize. To inspire others is to ignite within them the belief that they too can rise above challenges, achieve their dreams, and live with purpose. It's a gift that doesn't just benefit others, it transforms you as well. Inspiration doesn't require you to be perfect or to have all the answers. In fact, the most inspiring people are often those who embrace their imperfections and share their authentic journeys. People connect with real stories, real struggles, and real triumphs. When you show vulnerability, you remind others that it's okay to be human, to stumble, and to grow. Your willingness to share your experiences, especially the challenges, can give others the courage to face their own. One of the most effective ways to inspire is by leading through example. Actions speak louder than words, and when you embody the values you wish to encourage in others, you naturally become a source of motivation. Whether it's demonstrating kindness, perseverance, or integrity, your behavior sets a standard for others to follow. When people see you working towards your goals, overcoming obstacles, or staying true to your principles, they're reminded of what's possible for themselves. Consider the power of positivity. Your attitude has a profound influence on those around you. When you choose to see opportunities instead of obstacles and approach challenges with optimism, you encourage others to do the same. Positivity isn't about ignoring difficulties, but about facing them with a mindset that looks for solutions and growth. A single uplifting word or a small act of encouragement can have a lasting impact on someone's confidence and outlook. Another way to inspire others is by believing in their potential, even when they don't see it themselves. So many people are held back by self-doubt or the fear of failure. When you show faith in their abilities, you plant a seed of possibility. Sometimes all it takes is someone saying, "I believe in you," to spark a life-changing transformation. Support them in their endeavors, celebrate their successes, and remind them of their worth. Your belief in them can become the foundation for their belief in themselves. Listening is another powerful tool for inspiration. When you take the time to truly hear someone, you show them that they matter. Active listening creates a sense of connection and trust, and it allows you to understand what someone truly needs. By offering your attention and empathy, you can help others feel valued and understood, which often motivates them to take positive action in their own lives. Sharing your knowledge and experiences is another way to inspire. When you've learned valuable lessons, whether through success or failure, pass them on to others. Your insights can provide guidance and encouragement to someone who may be navigating a similar path. However, inspiring others isn't about imposing your views or solutions. It's about offering support and perspective while empowering them to find their own way. One of the most impactful ways to inspire is by living a life of purpose. When you're passionate about what you do and aligned with your values, your enthusiasm becomes contagious. People are drawn to those who live with intention and conviction. Your example can encourage others to reflect on their own lives, consider their passions, and take steps toward their dreams. It's also important to remember that small acts of kindness can be incredibly inspiring. A simple gesture like offering a helping hand, expressing gratitude, or showing compassion can brighten someone's day and restore their faith in humanity. These moments of kindness often ripple outward, encouraging others to pay it forward. Inspiring others doesn't always require grand gestures or big achievements. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that leave the deepest impression: a smile to a stranger, a thoughtful note to a friend, or the courage to stand up for what's right. These seemingly small acts can have a profound impact on the people around you. Challenges are inevitable, but how you handle them can be a source of inspiration. When you face adversity with resilience and grace, you show others that difficulties can be overcome. Share your journey honestly, including the setbacks and the lessons you've learned. Your ability to persevere can remind others of their own strength and capacity for growth. Lastly, inspiring others is a continuous process. It's not about a single moment or achievement, but about the way you live your life every day. It's about consistently showing up with kindness, courage, and authenticity. Inspiration is contagious, and when you light a spark in someone else, that spark often spreads, creating a cycle of positivity and motivation. When you inspire others, you create a legacy that goes beyond your individual achievements. You contribute to a world where people feel empowered to dream bigger, act with compassion, and overcome challenges. And in doing so, you inspire yourself. By lifting others up, you elevate your own sense of purpose and fulfillment. So take every opportunity to inspire through your words, your actions, and your example. You have the power to make a difference, not just in the lives of those you touch directly, but in the countless lives they will go on to influence. Let your life be a source of light and encouragement, and watch as the world becomes a better place, one inspired heart at a time.